Chairman of the full committee, Mr. Jordan, for his
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act allows government to conduct surveillance of foreigners, as the title would suggest, outside of the United States for intelligence information. Okay, that's all well and good. We like that. They get that information, they bring it in this giant database, this what I call the haystack of information, and then they do queries, which is a fancy word for search. And they search Americans, American phone numbers, names, email addresses. They search America. They call it queries, but a query is a fancy name. Query is a fancy name for search.
Hey folks, today we've got a serious topic to dive into. Congressman Jim Jordan has leveled some heavy accusations against the FBI, claiming they've broken their own rules when searching American citizens' personal data. This isn't just a random accusation. This is about our rights, privacy, and the very principles that protect us as citizens. Let's break it down and see what this means for you and me. Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or FISA, allows the U.S. government to conduct surveillance on foreigners outside the U.S. to gather intelligence. Sounds good in theory,
3 million
right?
times they did it in 2021. And here's the kicker. The FBI, when they did all these searches, didn't even follow their own rules. You don't have to take our word for it. The Inspector General said 278,000 times the FBI didn't even follow their rules for conducting these searches on Americans, not foreigners.
Sounds good in theory, right? The idea is to protect national security. But here's where it gets complicated. The data collected isn't just about foreigners. The government has access to a massive database, which includes American citizens' information too. And that's where the issue lies. These large-scale searches can easily overstep boundaries, especially when done improperly. Jim Jordan revealed that the FBI performed over 3 million searches on American citizens' personal information in 2021 alone. The Inspector General's report found that 278,000 of these searches were done without proper authorization or adherence to established guidelines. Imagine.
The ranking member's right. We got 12 months from now when we get a chance to go at this issue again. We were close last time. We lost a warrant requirement in a vote, 212 to 212. I'm going to do everything, and I know the chairman is, and I appreciate the ranking member's comments. We're going to do everything we can to make sure we have that warrant requirement. Here's the way it works in our country. If you're an American citizen and the government wants to go look at your stuff, they got to go to a separate and equal branch of government and get a warrant. It's pretty simple. That's what we want. Plain and simple. And we were one vote away from passing it in the House. Who knows what would have happened in the Senate.
But imagine that. Thousands of searches on American citizens without the necessary legal checks. This brings us to the core question. How far is too far when it comes to national security? When the government has the power to search American citizens' personal data without following the correct legal procedures, it poses a direct threat to your rights. One of the fundamental principles in our legal system is the Fourth Amendment, which protects us against unreasonable searches and seizures. What Jim Jordan is highlighting here is a system where the FBI may be bypassing the checks and balances that were designed to protect us from invasive government actions.
But
Jim Jordan,
I know I'm committed. I know the chairman of the subcommittee is committed, and the ranking member, I appreciate what he's done over the years in defending the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and we look forward to working with him on this issue. We need to do this to protect American citizens and stick with, as the ranking member said, the way it's always worked. You want to look at someone's stuff? Go get a warrant. Go to a separate branch of government, get a warrant. That's how probable cause. And here's the other thing.
Jim Jordan and other lawmakers are pushing for change. They want a clear warrant requirement whenever the FBI is conducting searches on American citizens' information. Under the U.S. Constitution, if the government wants to access your personal information, it should have to go through a separate and equal branch of government to get a warrant. This would ensure oversight and accountability. Jordan even mentioned that the House was very close to passing a warrant requirement in the past, but they fell short by just one vote.
Here's the other thing. We even put exceptions in there. Exigent circumstances, something really bad's going to happen, or you give permission because there's some cyber attack on you or your company. We put exceptions in there. We'll put them back in again. Sometimes I thought we put too many exceptions. We'll do it again, but we got to win. We got to win this issue 12 months from now, April. I forget the date in April, but it's April next year, and we got to make sure we win this. And I appreciate the chairman bringing our witnesses here. Thank you for coming and having this hearing on this very important, fundamental issue for the American people. I yield back.
Just one vote. They're committed to bringing this issue back up next year and making sure American citizens are protected from unlawful surveillance. If you think this is a critical issue, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for watching.